Welcome. Welcome. Woo! Welcome to LadyRo's Queendom. Gather round, tell a friend. Everybody sing. Welcome to LadyRo's Queendom, where we nurture, cultivate, and awaken your inner queen. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Welcome to LadyRo's Queendom. LadyRo's Queendom. LadyRo's Queendom. LadyRo's Queendom. Come on, LadyRo's Queendom. LadyRo's Queendom. LadyRo's. Your crown is waiting.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to LadyRo's Queendom. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Welcome back. Welcome back, y'all. This evening, Lord have mercy, morning. This evening, I have some things I want to talk about. Things I found out there, things that I think are interesting. It's not Saturday morning scoop, but let's call it Thursday chatter. And let's just talk about some things. Let's talk about it. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this live a thumbs up and join the conversation in the chat. Let's go. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And please remember to hit the notification bell so that you can be reminded whenever I do go live. Anyway, all views expressed in this live, they're all alleged, or in my opinion, and they are all for entertainment purposes. Don't go out your way to dislike nobody just because I said it. Fair use disclaimer. Some material in this video is used under U.S. Copyright Fair Use Section 107 for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, and education. Tonight, we're going to be doing some commentary, some news reporting, a little bit of criticism, and hopefully some education. Hey, living for me. Good evening, LadyRo and chat. Welcome to the Queendom. Please hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I saw some things out here, like I said, that I thought were very, very interesting. A lot of them caught attention. One being that Deion Sanders, y'all, if you don't know by now, I love me some Deion Sanders. I am a Deion Sanders fan, and he is a alumni of the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, as my baby says. Charlie Wilson, we're going to talk about him a little bit tonight and what's going on with Uncle Charlie. We're going to talk about Oprah Winfrey and why the people are on her throats. We're going to talk about Shamea Morton. We're going to bring up the train with her. She's going to be the caboose tonight. We're going to talk about Shamea Morton. So I just go through. We're talking about Deion Sanders and him becoming the face of Depend for Men. Charlie Wilson reveals a frightening health battle he has kept private. Oprah Winfrey receives backlash over comments she made about Whitney Houston. And we're ending it with Shamea Morton because social media has been calling that heifer out on what they believe are inconsistencies in several of her recent interviews. So let's get into it. I was trying to wait a little bit and see if we could get past that 10-minute mark and allow some people to get in. Let me see what I got in here that I could share with everybody. You know what? I did go to bravotv.com and pull up the reunion seating chart. So they have two different charts that they went by. This is the first chart. We see that Andy is at the top of the chart. Portia Williams is immediately to his right. And looks like K. Michelle has first chair to the left. It'll be our right, his left. Second chair on the right of us would be Kelly. To the left would be, looks like Cynthia. So this is the second seating chart. Then the next on the left would be Angela. Then across from her would be Shamea. And then up under or right next to Shamea will be Pinky. and across from her would be Drew, and then at the end of the sofa would be Phaedra. And I wonder why Phaedra's on the end. Probably because she brought very little to the season. We're gonna need you to do more, Phaedra. But Phaedra, she was impactful this season. Maybe just not as much as we would have liked to. This is the original seating chart. Bravo Andy at the top. To our immediate right, first chair would be K. Michelle. First chair to the left would be Portia Williams. Next to Portia would be Angela Oakley. Across from Angela would be Kelly. Next to Kelly would be Shamea Morton, which I would think that Shamea, because she's been into it with all the people, that she will be closer to first chair, but she's not. And across from Shamea would be Drew. Next to Drew would be Phaedra Parks, and across from her would be Pinky. Pinky and Phaedra being on the end is kind of wild to me, but you know, it is what it is. This is the seating chart for the reunion. They filmed the reunion today. It is currently, because they film in New York, it is currently 8:35 p.m. in New York City. So they may be done filming as of right now. But yeah. This is the seating chart. They filmed it today, and I hope it's good. We'll probably get about 5 or 6 parts. I don't know. We'll probably get 2. At least 2, probably 3 for Real Housewives of Atlanta. There's a lot that they need to talk about at the reunion. I'm sure it was very explosive. I'm almost positive that it was very explosive. But let's move on into the story. Today I want to talk about something that I think is worth talking about. Deion Sanders. I told you I like Deion Sanders. I am a Deion Sanders fan. And because of Deion Sanders, I am a Colorado Buffalo fan. And of course, he actually retired from my favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. So I am really, really a big Deion Sanders fan. So I want to actually start tonight on a positive note. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, better known as Coach Prime, has partnered with Depends and is now the face of Depends for men. And guess what? June is Men's Health Month. So he is the face of Depends during the month of June, which I think is absolutely awesome. Now, before y'all start laughing, let's talk about why this commercial is actually important, because he did release a commercial. Men's health isn't discussed nearly enough. Many men quietly deal with issues like bladder leakage after surgery, prostate cancer treatments, aging, and other medical conditions, and many are embarrassed to even bring it up. Deion Sanders has never been afraid to use his platform to encourage men to take care of themselves, and this is no different. Instead of treating it like it's a joke, he is helping to normalize a conversation that millions of men deal with every single day. Personally, I think that's a pretty powerful message. I work with a range of gentlemen who deal with this type of issue. And I think it's very, very, very important that it is addressed in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I'm appreciative to Coach Prime for making this ad. Let's get over here and watch his ad. He actually made this with Junior. Let's go.
Good old son. How's my favorite son doing?
Can't complain.
No, I can't complain either. Too blessed to be stressed. You know that.
You know, I was in the store the other day, and I saw you on a Depend Real Fit pack.
It probably look good.
Yeah, y'all did your thing.
That's right. That's right. But I need your help.
Yes, sir.
It's Men's Health Month. And guess what? I'm partnering with Depend on something new. A prime wake-up call, man. I'm trying to sound the alarms. I want men to wake up and go get screened, go get tested. Because you know we're reluctant to do that. Yeah, can you do that?
No, I'll definitely do that. I'll go get checked for sure.
Okay, I need you in the game.
I thought that was awesome. Tell me what you think about Coach Prime and his commercial. I thought the commercial was great. I am glad that he's bringing awareness to the fact that men need to take their health a little more serious. Yes, Deion Sanders is the GOAT. He is. He is the GOAT on and off the field. He is a man that is really a good man. He really is a good man. Deion Sanders actually has taken a lot of young men in the community in Dallas and under his wing and became their mentor and coached them in football. You remember Deion Sanders' name was on a school. The school kind of went belly up, but he actually was doing a good thing. And I think that by him coming out and talking about the very fact that we do know he dealt with bladder cancer, and they created him a bladder using I think they use a pig bladder, but they created him a bladder using pig skin. And he still has issues with leakage. They also gave, some of the things he would have to deal with, but I am proud of him for being that guy who came forward to talk about the very fact that it's okay for men to wear Depends. Women too. Women, after you've given birth to child, it's okay to have a little bit of stress incontinence. It is. It's okay to have to put a little poise pad in your panties. It's definitely okay. It's not a bad thing. And people that don't let people make you feel bad about it. You done gave birth to children. That means you've done the most powerful thing in the world is procreate. Moving right along. Next in line, I want to talk about that old Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey, child, they got social media all in the uproar behind Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey is receiving criticism after discussing her final interview with Whitney Houston. During a recent interview, Oprah recalled Whitney falling off the stage during rehearsal, and she said she believed Whitney was high at the time. Those comments immediately sparked some backlash online. Many people feel that Whitney Houston has been gone for years and cannot defend herself. Some fans believe Oprah should have allowed Whitney to rest instead of revisiting allegations about her smug use. Others argue that Oprah was simply recounting what she experienced and telling her versions of events. But here's where the conversation gets more interesting. Some critics say that this isn't the first time that Oprah has been accused of speaking negatively about celebrities after they've passed away. Many people have brought up Michael Jackson, and Oprah also revisiting controversy surrounding him after his death, particularly following the release of Leaving Neverland. So now people are asking, is this simply journalism or is this a pattern, Oprah? I want to hear from you guys. What do y'all think? You think she's just, having some journalism, or is this a pattern? Or do you think Oprah has crossed the line? Do you think she's crossed the line, or do you think she's simply sharing her personal experiences? Let's get over here and let's look at what Oprah had to say. Remember, I'm using the fair use. I'm invoking fair use. Let me put my little banner down here to TikTok across the page. Let's go. I'm going to be stopping and starting. You know how this goes. It's a 2-minute video, so it won't take us long to get through it, I hope.
Let's turn to Oprah and the bombshell about Whitney Houston that she kept hidden for nearly 17 years.
Now, she done kept this in her pocket for 17 years, and all of a sudden, she going out the side of her neck today, or yesterday, or day before yesterday. Although we all know that Oprah's name was found in the Epstein files. Girl, go ahead. Go ahead, tell us.
I was interviewing Whitney Houston. I think it was her last show with us, and she had gone back on drugs.
Did you hear that? What an accusation to say to someone you know was struggling. You knew when you did the interview that Whitney was struggling, and you decided to take your narrow behind, in my mama's words, on down there to the television station 17 years later, do an interview and say that Whitney was back on the sauce.
You're drug-free?
Yes, ma'am. No weed, no coke, no.
Do you think you ever will again? Be tempted?
Oprah, I can only take today, one day at a time.
Just watching that kind of makes me sad, because I think about Whitney and how much life she had, and super, super sad.
Right now, no.
The first interview I did with her, she was clean. But the day she came to my show then to perform in front of the audience, she was not. And she fell off of the stage.
We don't want to hear any of the music. Let me cut that down and get past this music. What a
2009 interview took place nearly 2.5 years before Whitney's tragic drowning. It was
It's a shame that Whitney trusted her. She trusted her enough to give her an interview. In fact, Pat said that Whitney actually admired Oprah. And for Oprah 17 years later to get out here, and I would have probably kept that, but I ain't Oprah.
Over several days and spanned 2 cities, first New York.
Your drug of choice was weed combined with cocaine.
Rock cocaine.
With rock cocaine.
Yes.
Then
Rock cocaine, but she said crack is whack. Okay, go ahead, girl.
Chicago.
I am at that point in my life, I have no regrets.
While accepting the Cannes Lionheart Award, Oprah now says she tried to protect the singer.
You should have still be protecting her. She's your sister. Do you know what that looks like? Do you know what that feels like? Do you know what loyalty is? Some things you can't tell nobody but God. And Oprah, I think you violated 2 people who trusted you with their interview. One being Michael Jackson, and now Oprah, and now Whitney Houston.
By covering up the apparent relapse.
I knew if that story got out that she'd fallen off of the stage, that she would be destroyed by that. And so even though the audience had cameras, I begged them not to put those pictures out.
You begged them not to put the pictures out. Then 17 years later, you decided you put it out. Child, something ain't computing. Something ain't computing properly, but go ahead, Oprah Winfrey.
Because it would ruin her life, and they did not.
I spoke to Oprah in Chicago just days before.
Okay, that's enough, Oprah. I'm sick of that. I think that was foul of her to do that. Lynn for me said, I really haven't followed Oprah since she left TV, just her shows. Me either. I wonder why was that brought up, though. Me too. I wonder, was it a question he asked her about some of her most famous interviews? I'm not really sure, but I think it was rather nasty of her. But I will say this: Whitney's estate came out because they had something to say, and I think it's worth listening to or reading. The estate left a statement on Whitney's page. It says, statement from estate of Whitney E. Houston regarding Oprah Winfrey's remarks at Cannes Lion. From the 2009 interview on the Oprah Winfrey Show, Whitney absolutely fell off stage, but it was during a sound check, and it was due to the darkness of the area and her unfamiliarity with the stage. She was absolutely not high. The story was picked up by several media outlets. Like many people, she faced personal battles, but it is inaccurate and unfair to attach that struggle to every performance or chapter of her life. What the studio audience witnessed on stage was the result of discipline, talent, and commitment, not the assumptions others project. Whitney's humanity included triumphs and struggles, but on that day, she showed up as the professional and gifted artist she always worked to be. We owe her the dignity of telling the truth, not repeating myths. I respect that coming from her estate. Also, her business partner, manager, Pat, also came out and made a statement. Let's see what Pat had to say. We all know Pat Houston always has something to say. Let's see what Pat says.
Pat, first and foremost, what went through your mind when you heard Oprah's comments?
The first interview I did with her, she was clean. But the day she came to my show then to perform, she was not. And she fell off of the stage.
But you know what? I just thought about something. Oprah's getting older. And you know, when people get older, especially women, they tend to let anything fly. Maybe that's the problem with Oprah. She's just letting anything fly.
I watched it. I was totally surprised. And, you know, my response, it didn't have anything to do with anger or outrage with Oprah, because I know for a fact on that day that Whitney was not high.
What do you
And that's a good thing. Pat remembers. Whitney's bodyguard also did a statement. He also remembers, and they both said the same thing, that it happened during a rehearsal and it was dark and she just fell because she misstepped. It was a step and she missed it and she fell.
Remember about Whitney that day when you saw her and you looked into her eyes?
That was a very meaningful moment for her in the history of knowing Whitney for over 30 years.
And the thing is Whitney looked so good on the interview. She looked well. She looked healthy. She looked really good on the interview.
Some odd years. Of course, she abused drugs and everything, but for her craft, Whitney never showed up on stage high. You couldn't even get her out of her room, if she were high.
Well, I don't know about that one, Pat, but I understand where you're trying to go with this story, because I believe when Whitney stood up and said that Bobby Brown was the king, child. But let's move on.
And for a statement to be made like that, it was extremely disappointing. And I have all the respect in the world for Oprah. I have to protect her legacy.
And keep protecting her legacy, because Whitney deserved and deserves that. Whitney, great artist, a voice unmatched. A voice that we would never, ever hear again, other than those albums and the music that we have in our phones or albums or cassettes or whatever way we play her music. But this voice is gone. It's been silenced by death. And the sad part is for someone to try to come out, even though her image wasn't the best, she was still our Whitney. And I think that needs to be protected.
If it were true, I would admit it being true.
What Pat does admit, Whitney did fall off the stage during rehearsals.
She missed her step and she fell off stage. And of course, Oprah was very gracious and she immediately, addressed.
You see these steps they got her going down, and it looks mighty dark to me. So I can see how she may have accidentally missed a step.
The audience.
The audience had cameras. I begged them not to put those pictures out because it would ruin her life.
She was adamant about it. No one will hear about this. You will not disrespect her. And
no one will hear about this and you won't disrespect her, but I'm going to come forward 17 years later and I'm going to tell the whole world about it.
She was so adamant and gracious.
What would you say to Oprah today?
Sister to sister, what happened? Because we both know that did not happen. I certainly would just want to ask the
sister to sister, what happened? All right, Pat. We know Pat got a tongue on her now. She ain't afraid to use that mouth and tell you off.
Question why, but it's not something. It wouldn't be anything confrontational because I know that Whitney really, trusted her, and so did I.
Shout out to Entertainment Tonight for that video chat. What a mess, what a mess. You said exactly. I hope they confront Oprah. Me too. Child, but I found this on the internet. And somebody actually sent it to me even after I had found it. I want y'all to see this. Maybe Oprah is high. This is Oprah.
Wrong shoes.
Y'all think Oprah high?
Wrong shoes at all times.
Yeah. Anybody can fall. Anybody can fall. And that's proof. Good evening. That's me, AD. You said Oprah needs to stop. Who cares? I agree. Why would you come out here 17 years later after this lady's passing to say something like that? That's just nasty. Just nasty. Oprah, I thought better of you. But child, like I said, when these people get a certain age, they start saying all kinds of stuff, especially these women. Baby, a woman, some of these women just let it fly, especially when they get in their 70s. And I want to say Oprah is Oprah over 70? Let me see how old Oprah is. How old is Oprah Winfrey? She's 72 years old. Baby, she at that age where they just let it out. They just belt it out. Anyway, next story. Let's talk about Charlie Wilson. Uncle Charlie. Y'all love me some Charlie Wilson. Last time I saw him in concert, I think me and my husband have probably seen Charlie in concert I know at least 3 times. Last time I saw him was in Essence Fest 2024, I believe, because he was on stage with Usher. And Uncle Charlie, but when I tell you he knows how to finesse a crowd, oh my goodness. He had the ladies. He said, ladies, I want you to repeat after me. And he sung, hey girl, what you doing? My name is Charlie. Last name Wilson. Yes, AD, he's sick. He was sick again. If you notice, he hadn't toured, I think, in a year because he actually was dealing with some illnesses. And Charlie was saying, hello, my name is Charlie. So in a certain point, he said, I want you to repeat it after me. Say, Charlie, Charlie. So all the crowd was saying, Charlie, Charlie. He said, say it again, Charlie, Charlie. He said, now look at that man next to you. He said, and man, I want you to look at that woman next to you. Remind her what your name is, because she knows my name. When I tell you, I love Uncle Charlie. He gives a really good concert. Anyway, Charlie Wilson recently shared something that shocked many of his fans. He revealed that last year he suffered several strokes, not just one, several. He also shared that he had to learn how to walk again during his recovery. Think about that for a moment. Here's someone who has spent decades entertaining an audience around the world, and we all know about Charlie Wilson's struggle, him writing a plethora of songs, being the leader of the Gap Band, and then being homeless, living on the streets because he was strung out on illegal substances, I'll say. And Charlie actually, yes, I cannot believe it. And Charlie actually met a woman who helped him get clean. And that woman he married because he said she changed his whole life. Charlie Wilson has no children. He's married to his social worker, who actually was hard on him, but she loved him to life. And I love that about her. I love the very fact that he doesn't go on any tour without her being by his side. So Charlie said that he started experiencing things he said he couldn't tell, but his wife could tell right off the bat. He said the fact that he kept this private while focusing on his recovery says a lot about his strength. Today, thankfully, Charlie is doing much, much better. But let's go. Big Boy actually is going to do an exclusive interview, but I found this on the internet. He dropped this the other day. And let's look at it for a moment. This is him. Big Boy actually dropped a teaser to the actual podcast he's going to release with Charlie. So let's watch.
What happened medically that we want to share with everyone here?
Well, I went to some shows.
And if you listen to his voice, if you've ever been around someone who's had a stroke, his voice is weak. It's not as strong as it once used to be. Charlie has always had a very strong voice, but you could tell his voice is not as strong.
Came back, and
that's his wife with the blonde hair. She was walking him off stage.
I was another person.
When it was first coming on, was it sudden?
My wife couldn't catch it just like that. She just said something ain't right with you. And off to the hospital we went.
Do you remember the hospital?
I don't remember the hospital,
right,
but I do remember Michael and my wife was praying at that time. But that was the first time that I had that many strokes at the same time.
Was it uncertain? Did you feel like you would one day come out of this?
Well, I knew God was with me. And
the one thing is Charlie Wilson is a preacher's kid, and he always adds a part in his concerts where he gives God praise, and he does a couple of shouts, and he really, really worships God in that part. And I'm gonna tell you something: relationships with God are personal. Don't let nobody ever try to determine your walk with God. Let people talk, because that's all they can do is talk. Your relationship with God is personal. What you do with God is personal. And everybody else around you is just looking and trying to figure it out. Baby, long as you worship God and you walk in your own truth, don't worry about what the outsiders say. And that's something I love about Charlie Wilson.
I knew my wife was praying every day.
I think people are more.
What happened?
What did you see early on?
Hold on.
I think people are more cynical and
What happened
Here we go.
medically that we want to share with everyone here?
Well, I went.
I think people are more
Why do you keep
cynical
doing
and more.
that?
What happened medically that we want to share with everyone here?
Well, I went to some shows, came back, and I was another person.
When it was first coming on, was it sudden?
My wife couldn't catch it just like that. She just said something ain't right with you. And off to the hospital we went.
Do you remember the hospital?
I don't remember the hospital,
Right.
but I do remember Michael and my wife was praying at that time. But that was the first time that I had that many strokes at the same time.
Was it uncertain? Did you feel like you would one day come out of this?
Well, I knew God was with me. And I knew my wife was praying every day, every hour of the day, you know, because I just learned how to walk again. And
This just breaks my heart, but I'm so glad to know that he's well. So glad to know that.
I just don't have that yet.
Right.
He's still learning to walk. And I'm going to show you a video of a concert he did this past weekend. I wish they had gave Uncle Charlie a seat, but I heard that he didn't even want to sit down. He was determined to give a good concert.
You say learn how to walk again. This is very recent.
6 months of learning how to walk.
This is Charlie Wilson wanting to get on stage.
Yes.
Why?
My wife always said, you know, she said the same thing. Why is it so important? I said, because I'm not finished, honey. And she said, well, let's go.
You can't stop it.
I'm not finished yet. I got a long way to go.
I know that's right, Uncle Charlie. You keep going. You keep going until God calls you home.
You've held up vocally as well?
I'm still who I am vocally. Everybody knows that.
Oh my God. Look, when I say I love his voice, I love Charlie Wilson's voice.
That just sent some chills on my mother. I ain't Charlie, man. You ain't.
So keep Charlie in your prayers that God will continue to heal him and help and make him healthier and strong every single day. I love me some Charlie. I love me some Charlie Wilson. You see, I didn't know he was sick either, but the video of the concert, you can tell he's battling. Yes, he is. He's had, hey, Symmetry, he's had several strokes. Hey, you got to be kidding me. Good evening. He's had several strokes. And I will tell you this, that strokes set you back. So there's an interruption of the brain flow, the blood flow to the brain when you have a stroke. And each time you have a stroke, even if they're small strokes, your body does a reset, 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 reset. Anytime there's an interruption, there's a reset. And I really, hey, Satin Baby Doll, I really, really am praying for Mr. Charlie Wilson. People's Magazine actually did a article about Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson opens up after suffering multiple strokes that left him unable to walk. This was actually published on June the 23rd at 4:18 p.m. And this is Charlie when he was with the Gap Band, and this is Uncle Charlie in recent years. Yeah, I love me some Uncle Charlie. I'm sorry. I just love me some Uncle Charlie. If you've never been to a Charlie Wilson concert, go see him before the Lord takes him to heaven. Go see him. His concerts are so good. Charlie gonna come out there sparkling. Uncle Charlie gonna have on his sparkling outfit, his shoes. He gonna sit at his piano. He's gonna play. And he's gonna remind you of why you indeed love Charlie Wilson. Need to know, Charlie Wilson revealed he suffered multiple strokes last year that required him to relearn how to walk. In a new interview, the Gap Band co-founder credited his wife's quick action and faith for helping him through his recovery. Wilson said he is determined to perform again and remains confident in his vocal abilities. Charlie Wilson is opening up about the series of strokes that made him unable to walk or perform, and how he's aiming to take the stage again. The co-founder of the Gap Band spoke in an interview on radio host Big Boy's podcast, sharing that the strokes took place last year and required him to relearn how to walk. I went to some shows and I came back and I was another person. Wilson, 73 years old, said, we just heard all of that on the Big Boy podcast. So Big Boy has not actually released that particular podcast. I'm waiting for it to come out again because I am a Charlie Wilson fan. I love me some Uncle Charlie. I love him, love him, love him, love him, love him, love him. Yes. So I am so ready to see him healthy. You said, gotcha, I love me some Charlie Wilson. Yes, you got to be kidding me. He is, oh my God, I love Charlie Wilson. I love me some Uncle Charlie. First name Charlie, last name Wilson. Yes. I was just telling the ladies about a concert I went to. Charlie Wilson and Usher gave in Essence Fest at the Superdome 2024. And at that concert, Charlie Wilson he had the women, he had all the ladies, you know, calling out, what's my name? And Charlie said, what's my name? And all the women said, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. And he said to me, he said, if you with your man, he said, that man, I want you to look over at that woman. I want you to remind her what your name is, because I know she knows my name. When I tell you I love me some Charlie Wilson, I just think he is one of our greatest pioneers out there in the world today. Let's take a listen to what Uncle Charlie said this weekend in a concert.
But I had some strokes. And it's like God has.
And if you know Charlie, you know that he chews gum at every concert. That is his signature thing. He's going to chew that gum. So just sit back and relax, because he's going to be smacking. I mean, he sings. He don't miss a key, but that gum is constantly going.
Truly, truly blessed me. I used to sing this song when I was a little boy. There is no secret what God can do. What he's done for others, he'll do for you.
Oh my God, it's breaking me tear up.
I don't know if y'all know what happened.
There is no secret what God can do. Not one. There's no, when I say there is no secret, there is literally no secret what God can do, because God is a miracle worker. We're going to continue to pray for Charlie Wilson that God will continuously heal his body, give him the wants, his desires to get back up and get back in concert, because he said he got a lot more work to do. Said Baby Doll said, he said, ask me how I'm doing. Yes, I'm blessed. He has no regrets. Child, when I tell you, you got to be kidding me. She said, yes. And that's one thing that I really love about the very fact of that. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to say this. When you have been raised, or when you know God for yourself, you have that hope. You have that hope. And that is the one thing I love. You always have that hope. When you are down on your back, you always have that hope in Jesus that things were going to get better. And if they don't get better, he already knew the plans he had for my life. Woo! All right, let me move on. Let me move on. We're going to continue to keep Charlie Wilson lifted up in prayer as he continues with his recovery. But I'm going to tell you, he did really good. I was trying to find other videos of him from that concert this past weekend. But Charlie, they tried to grab his arm. He wouldn't grab their arm. Charlie was like, honey, I'm out here to sing these songs. Honey, I ain't trying to hear what y'all, I'm not trying to do what y'all want me to do. And I appreciate that. I appreciate Charlie Wilson for being who he is, for being a very unapologetic person in his work and in his craft. He beat, the life of being homeless and being on illegal substances. And I don't think God is through with him, just like he said. I believe Charlie's reached a lot of people. And we may say, oh, singing secular music is not what the Lord wants. Well, we don't know what God wants. Everything is the Lord. The Bible says the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. That means everything in this world belongs to God. While we out here running our mouths, I heard somebody over there saying that I hide behind God. Baby, I don't hide behind God. I put him forward. He's in front. He is my guide. He is my leader. And I do as he commands, and I follow as he leads. And my life with Christ is between me and him. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Honey, it ain't got nothing to do with you. You keep on hating on the outside because you can't penetrate what me and my guy got going on. Moving forward. Next on my list, I want to talk about that old Shamea Morton. Now, let's get into what everybody's been talking about. Shamea Morton of the past. You said that that's a praise break. Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. I don't know why people think that they can get on a computer screen and scream out, yo, she thinks she's saved. She wants to talk. Baby, your relationship with God is personal. And unless you got one, you wouldn't understand. I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody. When you have a real experience with the Lord, you'll never be the same. Once you have a real experience with the Lord, you will never be the same. You can keep playing on it, you can keep fighting it, but once that experience becomes real, once it becomes real, you'll never be the same. Trust me, you won't. Hate on the outside when you can't get in. Let's go. Exactly. Your life should be hidden in Christ. That's the word. Exactly. That word have I hid in my heart that I may not sin against you. You better preach. I ain't no preacher. But don't get me started. Because I believe what I talk about. I believe the life that I live. Trust me. I believe that's where I find favor. I believe that's where favor comes from. I believe that's where my blessings, my strength, and my hope lies in God. Not in man. I could care less about man. The Bible said the very heart of man is evil. If you at your core are evil, what do you think I expect from you? Because I at my core am evil, according to the word of God. The very heart of man is evil. That's why you have to put self up under subjection every single day and press your way into the folds to be right with Christ. That's why when we get on our knees, Lord, please forgive me for everything I've done today. Things I knowingly did and things that I did not know of. Lord, forgive me of that. But if you out here playing, keep on playing. And hell, you'll lift up your eyes. That's the word of God. He said, in that day, many will come to me and say, Lord, Lord, I did this and I did that and I did this in your name. And he's going to say, depart from me. I don't even know you. You workers of iniquity. Let me get back to my story. Shamea Morton. Over the past few weeks, she's done multiple interviews. In case y'all hadn't known, she's been here, there, and everywhere while promoting this season, I think they're on 17, of Real Housewives of Atlanta. But instead of winning everyone over, she is receiving a lot of backlash. Baby, Shamea don't even realize what she's out here doing. Many viewers believe some of the stories she's telling don't line up with previous interviews, scenes from the show, or statements made by other cast members. Social media has been dissecting nearly every interview that Shamea has done. People are asking, is she changing the story? Depending on who's interviewing her. Trust me. She did an interview with Carlos King. She did one with Angela Yee. She's done several. But we're going to get into some of these interviews. Has fame changed her? Or are our viewers simply being overcritical because she's fondly holding the peach? I don't think so. I don't think that's the thing. Thank you, Satin Baby Doll. Some fans are defending Shamea, saying she's finally getting an opportunity to tell her side of the story after years of being known as someone else's friend. Others believe she's hurting her credibility by making statements that people quickly fact check online and find out she's lying. So here's what I want to know. What do you think about Shamea and all these stories that she seems to be telling? Shamea. I want to play something real quick that I found online. Do I want to play this one first? No, I don't want to play that one first. Let's play this one first. You know what? Let's play the other one first. Shamea, I think sometimes she may have a little lapse of memory. some of us can be forgetful, and I think she has a little lapse of memory. Let's play this.
I'm a lady of the night. I'm a streetwalker.
In case you didn't know, this is Shamea and Britt Eady, and they're having a little back and forth from last season, season 16. They're going back and forth. Listen, I'm gonna pull it back, and I want you to listen clearly to what Shamea is saying to Britt. I believe Britt is speaking first, and Shamea is over talking her, but we're gonna get to the bones and the potatoes.
Lady of the night. I'm a lady of the night. I'm a streetwalker.
Shamea called Britt a lady of the night and a streetwalker.
Good day, darling. Keep the clothes on. You know what they all say about you? They say that you sleep around, Shamea, you're married. Rumors about my...
They say that you sleep around, Shamea, and you're married. Now listen to this.
Infidelity have been around since your cat was a kid, and we know that was a long.
Rumors about, what did she say? Did she say the word infidelity or sleeping around? Let me see.
Long.
Let me see what she said. I think she said sleeping around. Let's see if we get back here. Come on.
Rumors about my infidelity.
If she did say infidelity, I thought that's what she said. Has been around for a long time.
Have been around since your cat was a kid, and we...
Since your cat was a kitten. Now, that's what Shamea said to Britt Eady. Now, I don't know. Maybe Shamea has a lapse of memory because now she wants to be upset with Angela. And I'm going to show you what Angela had to say about Watch What Happens Live. She actually mentions it, and she talks about Shamea and what she said. Let's go.
When did you first hear rumors that Shamea was sleeping with NBA players? And did you have sources other than Charles?
Now, Andy, come on now. Andy, that was a dig. Come on, Andy.
What? So last season, Shamea admitted that rumors of her infidelity has been around since the cat was a kitten.
Okay, y'all heard that, right? So if I remind you of what you said last year, then what's the problem?
Okay.
So I didn't create any rumors about Shamea. Now, hearing those rumors, yes, I did hear them from sources other than my husband.
Okay, all right. Y'all heard what Angela had to say. Angela said that she heard Shamea herself say that those rumors been around, since Britt Eady's cat was a kitten. So we can't blame all this. Shamea done added her own self. Her and Britt going back and forth, and now you want to send Angela a cease and desist. Okay, she's showing exactly who she always has. Oh, symmetry. I'm with you when you're right. It kind of seems like the fame has gone to her head a little bit. You got to be kidding me. I believe that. I believe she has. You say Andy Missy, girl. Well, you know Andy Missy. Okay, y'all. So this is what I really wanted to talk about tonight. I want to talk about the Angela Yee interview with Shamea. I was gonna go through and pick out parts, but I think that we can skim it together. What you think? Because I've listened to it. I think I didn't listen to probably the last few minutes. But remember, under the Fair Use Act, we're gonna have to stop it. We're gonna stop. We're gonna talk about it, stop it, and we're gonna get on into a little bit more. But we got to do a lot of stopping, like a few seconds worth of stopping.
Mia is here with me today.
We don't want to hear this shit out with you. Let's see what she's talking about right here.
So I was with the Hawks in 2003. I went to the Falcons in 2005.
So she ain't talking about them right there either. Let's see.
He's outside. He sees you outside.
Okay. She talking about Charles. But see, this is what gets Shamea in trouble. Shamea go on these interviews and be talking about her cast, and then throughout the season, production brings these interviews to the big screen, and we saw that on Sunday night's episode, showing that Shamea be out here creating stuff herself. But Shamea want us to believe that it's everybody else against her. Shamea, you're going to have to wear some of this, baby. Put that ponytail on the back of your head and wear it well.
I did that too, right? So I'm not just blind, right? I was like, you know what? Let me take some accountability. Maybe it's me, right? Maybe these girls don't like me because it's something that I'm doing. But then I sit and watch it. I'm like, no, I'm not crazy.
Are we sure about that? Let's see what y'all say over here. Let me see. You said amen. I don't know who yet. Let's go.
you're gaslighting me. Like
No one's gaslighting you. I think you're gaslighting us, but child, we're gonna go ahead through it.
you are over here talking to me about I need to go to therapy and trying to make me seem like I'm insane. But just last year you were telling me to speak up and use my voice about things.
Who's gaslighting you? Who is gaslighting you? You guys, I want y'all to give me 1 second. I have got to run downstairs and cut my freaking salmon off. I forgot it was in the oven. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had to run down there. I had it on keep warm, but child, I did not want to burn up my salmon. Did not want to burn. Whatever, living for me. I done made me some rice. I got my salmon ready. After I get off this line with y'all, I'll make me some bourbon glaze. And baby, I'm supposed to have me a good old meal tonight. Good old meal. And I got to find me a salad or something to eat with it, though. But let's get on back to this interview.
I'm not feeling. Talk about it. So I'm talking about it now, and now it's a problem. So I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. If I talk about the things that I don't like and address them head on, I'm being extra. I'm doing the most. I'm performing.
The things you don't like, you're being extra. What did Shamea told us that she don't like? Other than the fact that, are y'all watching this season? Now, Shamea actually mentions, I agree with you, you got to be kidding me. She actually mentions in this interview that when she told Cynthia about the house being dirty, that she only brought it up one time. I beg to differ. I think she brought it up several times, and then Pinky came and pretty much jumped down Cynthia's throat about it. K. Michelle mentioned it, and then you had Shamea and Kelly sitting by the pool. Seemed like they were going through a bout of depression because they had to stay in that pool house that they say was filthy. And then Shamea also said that the pool house, that they wanted to find other accommodations and they were not allowed to because of security reasons.
Formative, and I'm not cool.
I don't know what kind of security. Who want? Girl, let me mind my business.
If I throw some shade back, then I'm name calling. But when it's thrown back at me, then no one says anything about it. Or,
girl, Shamea, I don't think Shamea's paying attention. When you throw some shade out there, then your name calling, but they throw it back. I think it's going both ways. I think y'all pretty even on the name calling and the count of people calling y'all both out about it.
Or if it's done to me, then it's okay. I'm like,
but you name calling on the show and then you going over to other people's interviews and name calling again. You just name calling all around the board. You just calling everybody's name. How about that, Shamea? Just everybody's name getting called.
I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Yeah, you all that. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
So at this point, I just have to continue to live in my true, authentic light.
He's like, it's whatever. Well, now...
let me see what else they talking about, because I don't want to hear no more of that. I should have went to
Hawks and Falcons players. Apparently, it's someone else again. Like,
okay, hold on. Here we go.
And Angela's telling you, say it to her face, right? She hears you talking about her in the room. And she's like, come out here and say it to my face. And we know that's about to.
Child. Let me make this small and go to the transcripts and see what we can find in the transcript. I'm sorry, I don't want to go there. Let's talk about it right here.
I'm just so tired of us weaponizing vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what else is there to talk about?
Right.
Because
okay, did y'all hear her? I'm so tired of us weaponizing the JJ. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, we heard Shamea say that when she met her husband, you know, how she got him. First, she pooped in his toilet. We remember that, right? We've seen her twerking on all the women. We've seen her being very sexually fluid this season. I mean, doing all the things. So I'm not sure why she thought saying that people weaponize the vajayjay. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Coming up, you'll see. Apparently now I'm not just sleeping with Hawks and Falcons players. Apparently it's someone else again. Like
oh my
that she actually names.
Oh wow!
But I call them, and we could.
So she said coming up that we're gonna see that there actually is someone else that they say she's messing around with, and they name them, but she calls them and she clears it up. Okay, girl,
clear it up.
That is.
Or I don't even know, but
she don't know. Which one is it? Did you call and clear it up, or you don't know? All right, girl, let's go.
I might even be saying too much now.
You might be saying too much. And Bravo Andy may have you at the end of the sofa because he getting ready to push you off the stage. But let's go.
No,
okay,
you my friend. But
okay,
Angela, you are not that kind of Angela.
And you know, I know Charles Oakley too, so I was happy.
I used to say I know Charles because you know, in the sports sector, you see him around All-Star games.
Charles say he don't know you, girl. Charles say he don't know you. Y'all, I was trying to scroll through because I don't want to stay over here on this Shamea. She really works my nerves. This is what I want to talk about. Let's see if I can get this. Here we go. Listen to this.
Ooh, so how are you getting ready for a reunion? How does Shamea prepare for that? Because you don't know who's coming at you.
I know everybody's coming at me.
She already ready because everybody's coming at her. She at the end of the sofa though.
And I'm ready. And
oh my gosh.
And I won't be quiet this year because I don't have a friendship to salvage.
Oh, she was quiet in the other years. You at the end of the sofa. I don't think your package is gonna be that big. So I think you probably should wait. I think they're gonna get on to you, kind of like they did on this last episode we just watched. But I believe when the reunion pops around, your package is not gonna be that big.
I don't give a damn. Let me tell you something. And so when I was born, my best friends were already at the house waiting on me. And that's
okay. Your best friend was at the house waiting on you. Let's see what else we're talking about. Because baby, when I say Shamea done really said some things. Let's see what she talk about here.
I don't or do like this season. I'm also I've been able to form a pretty decent friendship with both K. Michelle and Pinky.
Have you? Because this episode we just watched, Pinky seemed like she tried to set something out between you and K. Michelle. And K. Michelle already came out here and said that you was trying to be funny with the candy coated click. So girl, which one is it?
Like, I like them.
So even in spite of,
and I feel like they gave me a fair chance.
Even in spite of the drama.
Hey, Butterfly. So anyway, y'all, I'm just out here to say that y'all need to go watch this interview of Angela Yee and Shamea Morton. Baby, Shamea's over here changing all the narratives. Shamea forgot that last season she was calling Britt a prostitute and a streetwalker. And then when Britt said, you know, hey, it's all over the town that you sleeping around with all the men's. And she said she been sleeping around with all the men's since her cat was a kitten. And now when Angela came out here and she said, oh, you sleep with all the men, she sent out a cease and desist. So child, y'all stay tuned. We're going to talk about it. Do y'all think that Shamea has been unfairly criticized? Do you think the backlash is deserved? Do you think that Shamea has garnered the fan backlash that she's received or the fussing that she's received from them? I don't know. I don't know, but I will tell you this. I want us to talk about it in the comment section. You said, yep, it is. Yep, it is. You think that she's changed this season? I think she's changed too. I think she is. And I think her credibility is going out the window. You said she deserves everything she gets. I agree. And I think that people don't trust her. I think that people think she's lying a lot. And I think so too, because she been out here stammering and stuttering. Stammering and stuttering. We're going to talk about this again. I just wanted to come out here and kind of throw some things out here. You see, oh, she's speaking to you. You got to be kidding me. I just wanted to throw some things out here. I want to talk about Charlie Wilson because I thought that when I watched Charlie, my heart, of course, just collapsed almost to know that he has had several strokes, is doing well, is learning to walk again, still trying to give us some performances. And I love that for him. I love the very fact that Uncle Charlie's really, he's that guy. I love that. You said she let Candyman get in her head. Hey, Michelle said that she came over there and told her that the Candy Coated Clique didn't want her around them. So, child, I ain't got no disagreement with you. You might be right there, butterfly. Anywho, if no one told you today they love you, I love you. And there ain't a thing you can do about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I didn't really do a lot of back research on Shamea other than the fact that Shamea, we just gonna call her out on her pettiness. The very fact that you call Britt Edie, even though Britt Edie wasn't my favorite my favorite character on this show, you called her out and called her all kinds of names and went up under her clothes, and then she did the same to you, and you didn't do nothing. But with Angela, you went up on her, and she went up on you, and now you want to cry wolf and file a cease and desist. Let's see how this turns out. Let's see how it turns out. You say, oh man, I missed it. You did. You did. We talked about Charlie Wilson. We talked about Coach Prime and the Depends, baby. Coach Prime has a Depends line, and this is Men's Health Month. And I want everybody who wears a Depend or a Poise pad to be proud of it. Good God. At least you're not peeing everywhere. Be proud that you got some protection. It's okay. We all get older in life. We all get older in life. It was a lady that wasn't even having issues with incontinence that wore a diaper from her drive. Was it from Florida to somewhere else to hurt somebody? Child. We're not going to be whining, crying about nobody wearing no diapers. We're not going to do it. Deion Sanders said that it's okay to wear Pampers. I will run it back. Okay. Let's go Depends. Right. Let's go Depends. It's a really good commercial he did with Deion Jr., where he asked Deion Jr. to go get a physical, go get checked out, and he said he would. He said, facts, I told y'all I'll be wearing them sooner than later, facts. And you know what I'm telling you? They say that women who have children normally will have some type of stress incontinence, but I'll tell you this, Kegel exercises work to strengthen your floor. So while you're sitting, do some Kegel exercises that'll help strengthen your floor, and it will help with some of that urgency issues. But you drink all that coffee, baby. I don't know what's gonna help you with that. We talked about Whitney Houston and Oprah Winfrey deciding that she want to get out here and throw Whitney up under the bus 17 years later after whatever happened. But we know that Oprah has a tendency and a propensity to do this craziness because she did to Michael Jackson. We're going to have to do something about Oprah Winfrey and all of this. Somebody going to have to put some duct tape around her mouth and tell her to shut her mouth. Oh my God. They need to make some Depends for those full of poo-poo. I'll take my own. Yeah, you go on and sit down in that seat. You said, yeah, try some Kegels. Kegel exercises really, really work. They strengthen the floor. So do your Kegel exercises. Trust me, they work. And I think that's all I got for you guys. I think that's it. Oh yeah, I wanted to say to someone who will remain anonymous. Girl, I don't care if you come in my live. Who asked you to come over here? I didn't ask for you to come over here. You don't have to watch. I don't give two craps about you. At all. You are zero to me. You are a misfit and a degenerate. I understand why you were exiled from life. No one wants to be around you but other degenerates and misfits. You don't have to come in my live. You're not welcomed here. You're not welcome here. I've already told the mods if they see your name from here on out to ban you. I don't want to even see your name in my live at all again. Anyway, you guys, y'all have a great night. I'm out of this bad boy. All right. We'll go downstairs and eat my salmon living for me. You said just goes to show folks be looking for attention. You looking up the wrong road. I'm everything you want to be. Trust me. Trust me. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.